Hi guys, it's nice to be back. So I wanted to say thank you for your lovely comments, and I've really appreciated them this week. So I haven't had really access to the internet or power, and I talk a little bit about that in the last video, but I have kind of had a couple of things come through sporadically, and I've really enjoyed you asking me about paints or sending me swatch palette photos, and I think we actually need to kind of work out a hashtag. I don't know what exactly to use. Should we use hashtag Her Billowing Heart? Should we use hashtag HBH Paints? And so that you can all upload your palettes and your swatches and we can have a look at them. So I don't know if I've ever shared this before on this channel, but Her Billowing Heart comes from, it's a sort of a collective thing. It's not like, I didn't call it My Billowing Heart. I actually got it from the Pride and Prejudice, you know, when she's dreaming and she's standing on the hill and her dress is billowing in the wind. And I just feel like we all have that kind of dreaming aspiration, and so that's kind of what the name denotes, and it's about all of us. So I don't know if we should use, you know, hashtag Her Billowing Heart or hashtag HBH Paints, but let me know in the comments what you think, and I'm happy for everyone to start downloading photos of their palettes, because it's really lovely to see. It's hard when you're kind of doing these voiceovers and, you know, it's not a conversation. Like, a conversation ebbs and flows, and you can kind of gauge where the other one's headed with the conversation, and you can go back to things. So it's a little bit different than that, but I really appreciate being able to chat with you all and like share information about art. And so, okay, let's get into the swatches for today. So I started with Moon Glow, Daniel Smith Moon Glow. Now this is not one that's in this palette of mine, but I wanted to put it down because I know a lot of you love it and have it, so I wanted you to see it, see the other colors against it. This next one is Shadow Violet, and that is one that I have in my palette, and these lines will disappear in a minute, the sunlight lines, there we go. But I wanted to show you here, so on this painting I used Shadow Violet, and you can see when I don't manage it properly, I don't really like the blue that settles out of it, and I'll show you what I mean in the painting today. I'll use it in the painting, and I really like to manage that colour. So, and what I mean by that is I don't backwash water into it. I'm very careful how I lay it down, and I don't really let it flow in the water. Okay, so this next one here I believe is, let's see, so this is Amethyst by Daniel Smith, and again I absolutely love this colour. I'll show some close-ups later of the granulation that comes out of it and the separation of the colours. It's so beautiful. And I mean, I've said it before, but I really love being able to paint with these semi-precious stones. And then here we have the next one, I think is Ultramarine Violet. And then this one here is, so by Daniel Smith, and this one here is Cobalt Violet by Winsor & Newton. So this next one that I am going to do is Holbein. So it's Lilac by Holbein. This is one you've probably seen me use quite a bit. I really like this one. And I actually just put that in my palette because I had no Cobalt Violet left in the tube, and it's done quite well. So it's basically a purple mixed with a white, so you could make something like that yourself. This next one I haven't got in a current palette, but I'm going to put it in my new palette. So it's the Pale Wisteria by Turner Artists Watercolors. I got it off Jerry's Artorama on sale for around $5, I think. So if the Turner Artist Watercolors are still on sale, the iridescents that they have are a really good buy. And then here I'm just showing you some of the initial swatches that I did with the dot card to kind of try and make decisions here. There's a couple that I really liked. I really like Lunar Earth, and I'm thinking about getting that possibly for a new palette. And I really liked the Bloodstone, but I just wasn't sure about it. And it was probably more the name, otherwise I probably would have gotten it. But here you can see these are some swatches that I've done in the Hahnemuller sketchbook. This is one of my favourite sketchbooks. You can see the Sugilite there, so that I didn't swatch that, but that would be in my palette in place of the Moonglow. And I really love that one. It's kind of a lavender grey with a shimmer when it hits the light, right? And then down the bottom there was the mauve, Daniel Smith Iridescent Mauve. So, but I wanted to show you those swatches so you can kind of make decisions and see them, you know, in a larger swatch and make decisions for your palette. Okay, so we're on to the kind of application part, and I'm going to sketch out something like this. This is my inspiration. So we're going to do a plate, and we're going to put a couple of grapes on here. Now, what I realized from creating this video is the reason why all the old masters and the artists paint grapes is because they are very difficult. So when you have mastered a grape, I think you are on your way artistically. It's quite difficult. So I didn't have time even to attempt a proper grape in the sort of time frame a lot of this video. So you'll see kind of what I did. It's not the best, but okay, so I've done a rough sketch there. I don't even know if the dimensions are exactly right, and I also just held up the Sugilite there because I realized I didn't swatch it at that point. But we're going to just start here, and basically I just start the grapes in a similar way that we started the egg last time. Just with a light wash and leaving some area for highlights. But it has been a really long week, so I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to let you watch the video here, and then you can ask me any questions that you have down in the comments, and I'm happy to answer anything, or I'll try and put a note in if I think of something that I haven't done. But thanks for being here, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.